Hey there, grumpy old fart here. I'm getting over a cold, so bear with my voice, and if I cough some, I apologize in advance. I'm doing an alien activity video. It's a follow-up on one I did last week. This is Mall Rats, Take 2. Last week I did a video on the alleged alien incursion into the Bayside Mall in Miami, Florida. Go and check that video out before you watch this one. If you haven't seen it, go check it out first. Excuse me, in that video, I tried to cover all of the angles of a story that was evolving as I did my research. I actually had to write up an addendum to the video I had just researched. This is one crazy story. And guess what? The crazy just keeps on coming. Still doing research on it because it's still out there. This story has taken on a life of its own. The witnesses will not be silenced. So here we go. Since I did that video, multiple stories from multiple sources have expanded on the original witness reports. The official story is that 50 or so young men with sticks had a violent encounter at the mall, which then morphed somehow into a mass looting, smash and grab type of thing. Excuse me. However, it was something to drink. However, original witnesses have come forward with video showing the police shooting at 10-foot-tall beings with translucent, glistening skin and almond-shaped eyes. This was outside the mall. Multiple glowing orbs were seen prior to the police arriving. This is a weird damn story. Another witness produced video from inside the mall showing what appeared to be a distorted area where shadowy beings were entering and leaving the mall. The witness claimed this was some kind of a portal. More video showed a glowing orb appearing inside the mall. Yet another witness showed video of the same portal, but his video showed something small being shot out of the distorted area across the mall into a common area of the mall. And the video is grainy, so you can't really tell what shot out, but something did. Still, another witness showed well over 50 police vehicles. We're counted over 100 so far. These vehicles surrounded the mall, and they were performing tactical operations dressed as SWAT. Alongside the police vehicles were a line of 20 or so black SUVs. The occupants of these SUVs were dressed all in black with masks. One law enforcement officer explained that a specific alert brought all available cops from across the city. He never mentioned the black SUVs or their occupants, or the black helicopters that were there as well. Another law enforcement officer said he was not allowed to talk about it. Now, in all fairness, any and all of these videos could easily have been faked or edited. Unfortunately, in today's world, video and photo editing is a simple thing. In the 1950s, when someone took a photo or a film of a UFO, you had to accept it at face value because there was no Photoshop or editing software. Home computers didn't exist. I talk about this in other videos. But these days, a teenager with proper software can create footage of an alien invasion in his hometown. He can also create a firefight between the aliens and the local sheriff. And it would be believable, you know? One thing I feel compelled to point out is that these witnesses are not affiliated together in any way that I'm aware of. The videos they are showing us are not making them any money. Many of these witnesses are telling a completely different story from that of the official story. Why aliens would stop in at a Miami mall is beyond me. Clearly someone believes that they did. Now, I'm not, again, if this is a hoax, it is a well-coordinated hoax. And it was pre-planned with lots and lots of research. with a lot of people involved. I saw one woman posted a video on YouTube. She claimed that the aliens got the coordinates reversed. She said that if you reverse the coordinates of that mall on the global positioning system, you get the middle of Antarctica. And she also says, of course, this lady also says the government is hiding an ET base there. Who knows? I don't know. What I do know is this. Original eyewitness reports said that non-human entities were at that mall. And there's lots of video to back that up. Later, the official story, along with different witnesses, said that there were gangs of kids fighting and looting. Then the original witnesses came out again to refute the official story. One unbreakable rule that I've learned in my time on this planet: the government lies. Always. The government always lies. Okay? Now, ironically, I had to do an addendum to this video as well. Addendum, again, lots of information is still coming out, so here we go. Witnesses have come forth claiming to have been held by the Miami police and interrogated for several days. Many of these people said that many people at the mall said that the police took their cell phones to stop any videos from coming out. Many of these people are saying that the police and other authorities have told them not to talk about it. Some are saying the law enforcement officers had a strategy for this particular situation, meaning the cops were trained to deal with aliens or some other creature, non-human entities. There's a leaked audio of the law enforcement radios where they use the word creatures. Now, are they talking about, oh my lord, there's alien creatures here? Or are they saying these people are talking about creatures, they're crazy? We don't know. Okay, I'm trying to be as fair as I can with this. Another video has surfaced of a glowing orb over the mall on the same night. Was it a UFO? We don't know, but UFO sightings are a regular occurrence in this area. That part is documented. There's also a video of a tall, 10 foot or more tall, shadowy entity outside the mall, disappearing and reappearing elsewhere, that kind of thing, which fits what one of the witnesses was saying on scene. One of the original witnesses has recanted his story. But to be honest, in my opinion, his recant, where he retracted his story, seems forced and like he was scared. It seemed to me like he was... If I didn't know better, I'd say somebody put him up to recalling his story, recanting his story. And they threatened him to do it. That's the only reason somebody would be scared like that, in my opinion. Now, that being said, none of this stuff is provable. There is no concrete evidence that there were aliens at the mall in Bayside, in the Bayside Mall there in Miami. 100 plus squad cars with black SUVs and black helicopters seems a bit excessive for kids fighting with sticks and looting. The question I have for that would be, there's no other crime in Miami that night. It's New Year's. There's no other crime going on. All the cops could afford, they could afford to send 100 cop cars there. There was no other crime going on. Come on. It's Miami. That's just stupid. There are parts of the official story seems like a blanket statement to cover up something to me. That's my opinion. Now, were there aliens at the mall? I don't know. But seeing the fact that there were no ambulances there, kids are fighting and there's no ambulances, people in the mall were threatened and fleeing for their lives, but there were no ambulances. There were children involved with the people fleeing, grabbing their kids and running, and there were no ambulances. There were no emergency response people other than cops. Yeah, there's a lot about the official story that simply does not make sense. At this point, it's going to sound stupid. At this point, the alien story makes more sense than the official story. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to try not to do... I'm going to try to close the book on this, because otherwise, unless something big happens, this story, it just keeps going and going and going. It's the freaking Energizer Bunny of stories. It's everywhere. If you've not heard of this, go on YouTube and type in aliens at the mall. You'll get inundated with stories. I'm going to try to call it quits on this particular story unless something big happens. So there you go. Aliens at the mall. Alien mall rats. Hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good one. God bless one and all. UFOlogist, a scientific representative of a pacifist race called the Gandhiri, is sent away as an exchange officer. His objective? To learn the one skill his species never developed, to fight. And he's sent to learn that skill from the one species who does it better than any other in the galaxy, humans. If you like science fiction with an upbeat military tone, check out my novel, Vanguard One.